Hey, how's it going? I thought I'd show you around because people were asking, what does it take to organize the larger projects? Well, one, it takes a lot of information and it takes the ability to communicate with everyone quickly, meaning the inspection team. So some of the things that we do is we've established some good relationships with the subcontractors and contractor, project management, OSHPD. So, there's always a lot of information up on the walls. What we do over here, this is usually related to courtesy notices. Anybody comes in and almost on a daily basis, we keep putting up what the latest problem is. We also issue courtesy notices out to the contractor, the subcontractor, and design professionals whenever we find something out in the field. So it goes out digitally. Guys can come in, take a look at the actual pictures of the things that we have going wrong. We've got tablet computers, and so we take a picture of it, shoot it into the computer, and send out a digital email with a picture and with the problem. So normally by the time I get back to the trailer, guess what? People are already working on it and taking care of it and have responded to it. So we do a lot of communication. And easier is better, and I keep talking about computers and whatnot, and I want you to know that my theory on using computers on the job site, if it doesn't do it easier, if it doesn't do it faster, it's got no place on the job site. We've got all sorts of different kinds of people with varying computer skills, so every program we use, every system we use has to be very simple so everyone can use it. I'm hoping you're getting a really good shot over here. This is how very simple, we've organized our plans. There's the, there's all of the various sheets right up here. We've got our discs, our sheets and sticks are numbered sequentially. So as you go through here real quick and you are looking for a particular plan or whatnot, it tells you what stick number it's actually on. So very easy to do. Over here, what we have is everything in red over here is all of the OSHPD related books. So when OSHPD comes out here, to be honest, it's almost like an audit. And they come out once a week, once every 2 weeks, whatever they feel, depending on what phase of construction we're in. So everything related for OSHPD verified reports and whatnot that are specific OSHPD pieces of paper that they want to see, those are all in red. Everything over here is inspection requests. Yeah, we had a ton of them. Mind you, we're at the end of our project, closing it out right now. So everything in purple over here is all of the inspection requests that we've performed. Mind you, those go out digitally to everybody, so folks, design professionals and whatnot, are able to see this stuff at their desk. We also have databases. I'm going to share that with all of you out there. Down here, all of the RFIs are maintained. So we're always able to reference them. But one of the things that we do is we maintain a good record set drawings, and I'm hoping that all of the subcontractors and contractors are maintaining their record set as well. Because as you take a look at a set of our plans, I'm going to try to give you a shot so you can see. But number one, we update it with all of the change orders, which are always put over here on the side. And then everything that you see in red over here, we usually delta it out so we know exactly what that actually means. It was a change order 661, delta 15. RFIs are posted that actually change the drawings or add some information that wasn't quite there. We'll be talking about the difference between a clarification and changing the actual design intent, because that's important. Anyways, that's pretty much it for now. We got people coming into the trailer, and so this is Latia. She's our administrative person. She takes in most of all the phone calls, inspection requests, maintains the databases, all sorts of stuff. Totally key person to assist. Over here, some of our basic organizational stuff is sometimes simple is better. You can see over here what we're doing is anytime we've got issues that are confusing for subcontractors, the contractor or whatnot, and even our inspectors, what I try to do is make sure that everybody's on the same page, that we're inspecting consistently, and everyone knows what the expectation is. Over here, doors were a problem for folks. So what we did is we made sure that we put down what the expectation was. We'll be showing this kind of stuff in the class as well. The undercuts were a big deal out here on the job. Then the final above ceiling inspections, everyone was confused about it. Now mind you, we got an open door policy. I purposely put it up here on the board so one, all of the inspectors are doing it the same. Two, subcontractors can come in, bitch, whine, whatever you want to call it, and they can say we don't agree, we agree, this should be, that shouldn't be. But I'd rather go ahead and get it hashed out before we go out in the field and start having to reject stuff. I'd rather, to be honest, my attitude is to go ahead and approve it. So if a contractor's got the attitude that he wants to approve it, we're going to show him exactly how to be able to do that. Some of the other things that benefit us is I hope you can see all of the books and the reference materials. We have everything from doing electrical substations up to the flashing on top of the roof and everything in between. Whether it's data, whether it's how you install a high voltage, we have references to just about everything. So having good information may seem scary to folks because you might think that that's just one more thing an inspector can hit you on. But the truth of the matter is if we know exactly how to do it and we do it right the first time, it doesn't matter who comes back later, checks it out. It doesn't matter what testing takes place because it'll pass if it's installed exactly as it should be. Over here in my office, again, communication, communication, communication. Over here is a quick sheet of showing each of the floors and all the seismic that was taken care of. I'm able to come over here and take a glance. We got special inspectors looking at this stuff. But anybody can come into our office and has a general idea of where we are and where we're not and what they might need to do. The bigger the project, the more complex this is, the more communication is needed. Here's for T-bar grid systems, knowing where people have tested and where they haven't. Now mind you, there's a good way out in the field to organize this stuff so you know exactly where you've been. Over here you can see all of the floors, how we've done the concrete pours, the dates are here. Did it pass, did it fail, what were the cylinder breaks like? Quick reference, Octopod loves this kind of stuff because we can walk them through, give them a comfort level that we have it all under control. And once we're done with the whole OshPod thing, we really do have it under control. And that's what's really important, is that we all stay on top of it. Everyone gets communicated. Things always go wrong, but how quickly is that communicated? Is it after it's super expensive, or is it at a point where you can go ahead and take the corrective measures and get it back on track? So again, always communicating with my special inspectors, with the rest of the IORs, making sure that we're all doing it the same. I'm hoping you're gathering that we have a lot of reference material. Well, guess what? There's a lot of information out there, and your IOR is usually a really valuable resource because they're very code savvy. Over here you can see project specs, more code books, various years of the code cycles, because sometimes we got to references. Different projects are on different code cycles. ASTMs, ACI books, all this stuff has been beneficial to getting the job done. Again, you will see that we are using constantly all forms of being able to communicate with folks. So when folks come in and talk to me about a problem that they have and whatnot, it's so easy for us to grab this simple pointer right here and go, okay, we got a problem right over here in the meditation room, or that we're over here by the stairway or whatnot. Communication, and fast and effective communication, is really key. Like I said, I'm going to show you a few things that we've done with tablet computing and documentation of a project. I want you to know that the less complicated the project is, the less complicated the techniques are. But this was 500,000 square feet, and it's hard to memorize a 500,000 square foot facility. So anyhow, so there you have it. Mind you, we, we actually performed this project with 3 IORs, and we've had probably at any given point we've had about 5 special inspectors, most of the time only about 2 or 3 of them. But this totally changes with the circumstance or what phase of construction we're in. To be honest, this bigger footprint building was a little bit easier to manage manpower wise. So everyone's got computers, and you know, we're trying to go paperless on a lot of this stuff. So we've got one record set that gets managed with the day-to-day updates over here. So each one of these plans right here represents all of the RFIs, change orders, IBs, and when we communicate with a structural engineer or any of the design professionals and we get a modification, you'll see that we have a date on the area where I've discussed it, or one of my inspectors have discussed it, so that when we go to that sheet, we always know who did what. Always hard to recreate history after 2 years has gone by, let me tell you. And so if I'm walking Oshpod through this and they have a question and I say, well, I did discuss it with the structural engineer, all I have to do is go to my set of plans, and guess what? The date that we did these discussions is all there. So that's generally the office. Now, mind you, we had 3 IORs doing this, but we also had two administrative staff here taking care of all of the administrative functions. And that was invaluable, because I'll tell you what, it's very ineffective to have an IOR attempt to be a data inputter, to do a lot of the administrative functions that it takes. And you know what? It takes a lot of focus to pull it off nicely. So this combination of 3 IORs and 2 administrative staff really took this job far. All right, you'll be seeing more of this kind of training. Hope this was helpful. Take care.